back to the information and conversation with Matt. This is your Houston Morning News.
KTRH News Time is 6:47. Joining me right now is Candy Sargent Lowe. Her daughter was killed in 2006 by a drunk driver, and she is not happy about the fact that they're taking down the memorials along the side of the road. Candy, when did you put up your memorial to your daughter?
Well, I did not actually put it up. This is actually for those blue highway signs that you get through TxDOT. These aren't for the crosses that people put up themselves.
And you purchased one of those memorial signs for $300, as did other people, correct?
Yes, sir. And my sign, my daughter's sign, was erected on January 15th, 2008.
And were you under the understanding at that time that you would pay the $300 for the sign, TxDOT would put it up, and it would be for, I think at that time it was a year, was it not?
Yes, sir. Originally it was for 1 year, and we signed a petition back then, and I never was let know what the time frame was changed to, just that the time frame was extended, but never was given a time frame. So I have walked this journey not knowing that eventually I would, get another letter saying that it was going to be coming down and I could come pick it up.
I do recall doing the story about TxDOT passing the law that you could purchase these memorial signs, but they would have to come down after a period of 2 years. And you purchased this. Your sign has been up for, I'm sorry, what year did you say it went up in 2008.
It's been up 4 years and a month right now, a little over a month.
Have they given you the opportunity to maybe pay, if you wanted to, another $300 to keep it up there a little longer?
No, sir, they haven't. In the very beginning, when I first purchased her sign, and they told me it would come down in a year, they would call me, I offered to pay $300 a year for it to stay up.
And you feel that that these signs should be allowed to stay up, since we have billboards and street signs and the like. You feel that these signs should be allowed to stay up past the 2 years, correct?
I believe that these signs bring awareness to the dangers of drunk driving and can possibly save lives by, getting the information. They're blue information highway signs, and they're our loved ones' voices. And by taking them down, you're silencing our loved ones again. And the message is not going to be out there if the signs don't remain up. They're not a distraction. They're safely put as close to the crash site as they can be. And TxDOT is the ones who have gone out and checked for the placement of the signs and put them up. I don't see the harm in them staying up along our roadways. If suddenly there's 15 at one intersection, then maybe they need to look at law enforcement or the other things that can cause so many crashes along one certain stretch of roadway.
Candy, let me do this. I'm going to come back. I have a question I'm going to ask you. It might be a shade uncomfortable, but I'm going to present the other side here to you and just get your thoughts on that.
The conversation continues on Houston's Morning News with Matt Patrick.
KTRH News Time is 6:53. We're talking to Candy Sargent Lowe. Her daughter was killed by a drunk driver years ago, back in 2006. And Candy does not like the idea of TxDOT taking down the memorial signs from the highway. Candy, I'm just going to give you the liberal argument here because I just try to be fair on both sides, but I certainly understand where you're coming from. But what about the person that caused the accident, that has paid their price back to society, maybe done their time, paid their fines, done what they needed to do? Should they be reminded every time they go by the intersection with this sign?
I believe that they should be. It's going to keep them. We have a problem with repeat DWI offenders across the nation, not just in Texas. So I don't think that it hurts to put the reminder out there and for them have to think about it. I mean, honestly, we get the life sentence when we bury a loved one from a drunk driving crash. We don't get to put it behind us. We don't get to serve any kind of a time. It's a life sentence for us.
Have you talked to TxDOT about maybe revamping this law or getting the law taken off the books? I know you've got an online petition. If you want to go ahead and give us, maybe people would like to sign up, maybe that would compel them to change the law.
That is why I started the online petition. I started originally with bombarding TxDOT with phone calls after I got my letter on February 4th. And then on February 7th, I started the petition after one of my daughter's friends suggested it. And I didn't really know where that was going to lead to or take off, but I have since learned I get conflicting reports from TxDOT and from the different representatives that I've heard from, that some of them are trying to say it's tied federally to the Federal Highway Association giving reimbursement for roads in the state of Texas. But I don't plan on stopping. I'm going to keep going. I'll start at the Texas level, and I'll move nationally if I need to, and I don't plan on stopping just because this is an epidemic, and for too long, drunk driving has been thought of as a social crime.
Candy,
it doesn't hurt anyone.
I thank you for taking the time to come on and talk with us this morning, and we'll certainly be watching this, and feel free to reach out to us again. Candy Sergeant Lowe, who is questioning why it is that TxDOT is taking down these signs.